So Ghost Recon 2 Advanced Warfighter for the PC is a totally different game from the one that you may or may not have played on the 360 when it came out earlier this year. Ubisoft and Grin implemented a whole bunch of new interface options for this one, and it just plays a lot differently. It's more of a hardcore first-person shooter with a lot more tactical elements than the 360 version, which was a little more arcade-like. So now you get a few more ways to control your squad of 3 guys. You can hit tab, which brings up an overhead map, and you can individually assign movement waypoints to your troops and execute those movement orders individually. So you have a lot of good options for placing guys wherever you want around the field to best kill your enemies. Unfortunately, the AI is pretty screwy in this game. Like, sometimes enemies just don't recognize that they're getting attacked. Sometimes your own guys won't face the right way even if you tell them to, and sometimes they won't shoot when you've told them to attack. And so, I mean, that sort of cuts away from all the interface options and all the options you have for controlling your guys, just because if they're not going to do what they're told to, then there's really no point for those options to be there in the first place. But, you know, it's not all that bad. Like, they just screw up occasionally. It's not a constant thing. But the single player isn't really what you want to be doing here. It's not that long a campaign. It's punishingly difficult. So, like, you pop your head around a corner, and if some enemy already knows you're there, he's going to kill you in like 2 hits, and real fast. So there's a lot of reloading to be done. But really, the reason to play this game is just for its online components. So online, you get like deathmatch, you get team deathmatch, you get Hamburger Hill, a variety of those modes, which are like King of the Hill, hold a certain point of territory. And then there's 2 kinds of cooperative modes. One which supports like a ton of players, and you go and fight against AI opponents and complete objectives. And you can actually go into the storyline, or the story missions, and play through those cooperatively with 4 people, which is a lot of fun. And then there's also a mode called Recon versus Assault, where you go in and you pick a Ghost or a Rebel soldier, and depending on who you pick, you go in and you try to blow up anti-air guns. And if you're on the other team, you try to defend, and you can rank up within the match depending on how many people you kill and what contribution you have towards defending or attacking an objective. And that mode's a lot of fun. And, you know, because you're playing against real people here, the solid shooting mechanics in this game and the variety of moves that you can do, it really becomes more entertaining because you're not dealing with frustrating AI glitches the whole time. Anyway, so you've got the single player, which isn't that great because the story's kind of boring and there's a lot of AI problems, despite all the nice interface options, which are really appreciated. It's just, you know, I mean, they only go so far when they're not working properly. But the online is a lot of fun. So, I mean, if you're looking for a new online obsession, a new online hardcore first-person shooter, then this would be the way to go.